Welcome to Stupidil SXDDDDDDDDDD. Welcome to Stupidil SXDDDDDDDD. Welcome to Stupidil SXDDDDDDDD. Welcome to Stupidil SXDDDDDDD. Get talent right now. Welcome to Stupidil SXDDDDDDDD. Get talent right now.
Change wallpaper.
Happy now?
Let's go play some funny games.
You got Ring of Death Coast is clear. I will be
Stupidil SXDDDDDDDD.
Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at the Emmen JavaScript worm. This is a fairly standard email worm, sends itself through Outlook, and pretty much destroys your system, but it also has one of the greatest email messages I've ever seen. Before we take a look at it, take a look at this test document. You can see this document contains very important information. It is confidential, do not release it. So I can't imagine what this virus is about to do, or this worm rather. And one other quick thing is the original code is quite obfuscated in that it's just formatted horrendously. It's impossible to read like this. It has lots of dummy spaces added into variable names, and it's just generally a mess. And another important thing is it doesn't work properly. It won't mail itself in this form. So I took it upon myself to run it through a script beautifier and hard code some directories like to the Word document and to the contact name for the email. And so now the worm actually functions correctly, albeit not as dynamic and random as it's originally supposed to be. So for instance, this copy of the worm that I've edited will only attach test.document instead of a random document from your machine, and it will only send to one person on your contact list rather than everybody. So with that being said, let's go ahead and run it. We can see that 3 emails are sent to the same person. Normally it would be 3 emails each to a different person on your contact list, but let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at what was sent. So we sent this one to good name. Subject is literally no subject, and the only contents of the message body is somebody. That's right. The virus literally sends a message that says somebody and then attaches 2 files to it. One being the script, which is the worm, which will send itself out whenever somebody runs it, and the second being a random document on this machine. And if we save this one is very cool too. You can see it's test.doc, but we'll name it as attachment. And it attaches itself as some very cool thing I made. If we actually assign a extension to this, we can see that it is our important document that should not have been shared, but the worm went ahead and shared it anyway. So now let's get to the payload. It finds a random directory on the machine and drops a very destructive script. Just where it is, I'm not sure. Here we go. Program files, Microsoft Office templates. So let's go there. Program files, Microsoft Office templates. And here it is. Creates a file name based on the current time. If we edit it, we see it's another sort of obfuscated script that's all mashed together. But the gist of this is that it enumerates all your folders and files and deletes every single one of them. Now that sounds like fun. So let's go ahead and see this happen. It's worth mentioning that it also adds this to the registry so that it runs that script on the next startup. So I can't imagine the worm spreads very far, but it's pretty destructive anyway. All right, let's boot into Windows. Okay, Office is telling us this application must be installed to run. Please run setup from the location where you originally installed the application. Now, I'm pretty sure we were just looking at Outlook a bit ago, and Word, and I just noticed that everything disappeared off the desktop. None of our files seem to be working because it can't find them. Our quick launch is empty. C drive is missing quite a few things, and the Windows folder is mysteriously absent. Normally, there's a few more DLLs than this in here. But I think we're okay. See, we can still navigate to folders. They don't have anything in them, but we can navigate to them. Can't check our email. I guess we should probably restart. Uh-oh. Well, looks like our system is hosed. But that's really about it for the MN email worm. Thank you very much for watching. Hello everyone, today we have the Axum Windows worm. This worm is fairly simple but pretty destructive and kind of annoying, so we're taking a look at it. So there's not much to see before we run it other than that we've got Outlook open so it can email itself and our fake Kazaa shared folder so that it can spread via peer-to-peer. Let's go ahead and run the worm. Click on it, we see greets to Asian Hackers Group, Male Hacker Invisible Man, Ajid NASA, Ziad 666, Foot Art, Pack Brain, and all my friend in the world. Male Hacker Incorporated, copyright 1995 to 2003, all rights reserved. All right reserved, excuse me. So we'll click on OK. We'll see that it emails itself. And there we go, we have invisibleman.exe dropped into the shared folder. So we see here, care to see world map, or care to trade world map. Hello, Mr., Mrs., Sir, Madam, I have an idea for you. This will make your business more efficient. To download this important tips, just click here, or you can download the files from an attachment. So we have bizbusinessinfo.msi, which is actually an exe file. So click on it, we're opening axum.exe. So we'll cancel that. because I really don't want to be infected by a virus. But maybe it's too late for that already. If we take a look at my computer and our autoexecute.bat, it tries to add some commands to format the drive on C and D. However, that fails. Instead, we just get its message, which we will see at boot up, saying Axum worm present. Close out of this, and we will discover that every single exe file on our system is now hooked into this worm. And if you notice our email, everything we run sends a new pair of emails. So one to every contact in your list. So if you really hate somebody, you want to annoy them, you just get on here, you infect yourself with this worm, which destroys your computer, and then you just run programs a lot. And you click OK on all of these, and boom, you got your own email mail bomb. We can see it has different subjects to try and vary it up, but if you're receiving 30 emails that all have an attachment that's an exe file from one of your contacts, you might be a little suspicious. We see, do you have enough salaries for you job? DIA Holding have an idea for busing this man. Don't waste you money, job for you. Great job for professional programmer. Hello, man. How to prevent your email from viruses? I want to know that. Oh, it's just the same email. And they're all regard Alexander Joshua, executive manager of DIA Holding. No matter which one we click on, all of them are the same. So now that we've seen all this, it's time to restart our computer. However, attempting to restart simply runs the worm again, and we don't actually restart the computer, so we have to hard reset. On boot up, we see our Axum worm present message, and then it pauses, so we just kind of hit buttons until it lets us get on with our lives. There we go, scan disk went, and we're actually booting into Windows now. And upon booting up, we get an insane amount of messages as our computer tries to run files. And you guessed it, every time we click OK on these, if we look in our outbox, we get a new pair of messages. So that's about it for the Axum email worm. There are a few more payloads that aren't really interesting. Terminates a bunch of antivirus process. Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at another virus that I really don't know how to pronounce the name of, but I'm going to try my best anyway. This is called Metis. It is a word macro virus, and when we open up this document, we will infect the computer. So, go ahead and open it. And we get our resume or maybe a term paper. Standard stuff, however, embedded in this document is actually a malicious script. This is Visual Basic script to make a macro. And as we can see, if the date is February 7th, then this actually makes us play a little game for our document. And basically, if we lose, the main thing I wanted to look at was this part right here, which sets a random number password to your document and then closes it, which pretty much means without brute forcing the password, you can't access that document anymore, which is bad. But if we make a new Word document, you might think, that would avoid the infection, right? It hasn't encountered anything that would be infected with the macro. However, if we open this, there's nothing going on here. Look in the Visual Basic Editor, nothing in the script. However, the virus has actually infected the normal Word template. If we look right here, here's our good friend Metis once again, ready to strike at a moment's notice as soon as it is February 7th. So we're going to go ahead and change the date now to February 7th, because that's what we do on this channel. And we're going to open a document. So we get a message box. Happy birthday, Jess. To celebrate, we're going to see how lucky you are. Daniel uses your name on the computer. Click the OK button to roll a number. If your number matches that of the dealer, you win. You roll a 7 and the dealer rolls a 5. I'm sorry, but you lost. Better luck next time. Hit OK. Your document is closed. If you looked closely at the top left when it closed, it actually changed the first word of the document to "you lose," just to kind of rub it in your face. And as we saw in the code, if we try to open this, this is now password protected with about a 13, 14, 15 character long random number password, which I don't know it. Damn, didn't work. Well, we're going to keep playing this, and we're going to see if we can actually get the right number. Even if we open up this clean document right here, since it infected the normal template, it still activates the virus. So here we go. Damn, we lost again. Why do I keep rolling that? So maybe you noticed it in the VB script before I did, but there's actually a bug in the code when it generates the random numbers, which leads to it always generating the same numbers no matter what, so you can never win, which is kind of a pain in the ass. So I went ahead and did the honorable thing and cheated. I actually edited the code. So if we go to the Visual Basic Editor now, and even on the normal, I just set both of them equal to 5. So there's no possible way to lose. We're going to go ahead and open this again. Change the date to the 7th. Happy birthday, Jess. Here we go. Are we lucky? Oh, we are. We roll a 5 and the dealer rolls a 5. You win. And then it does it again for some reason. But then we win. We can access our document. Yay. Happy birthday, Jess. We did it. And we actually opened our document. So, kind of annoying. Could be potentially very destructive, especially since you can't actually win the random number roll. And hello, we're going to look at this peer worm that spreads over Grokster, Morpheus, LimeWire, Kazaa, and several other peer-to-peer networks. So here we have a dummy Kazaa My Shared folder location. It will drop a bunch of files here that are all copies of itself. And we have a bunch of files here that it will end up overwriting. We have a test Word document. This is a test document. It's going to be overwritten. We have a couple maps, HTML file, and finally a JPEG of a game that I'm a pretty big fan of. And I also have shared folders enabled on this virtual machine because it will drop a bunch of stuff there as it copies itself to every remote network drive it can find. It also tries to start overwriting stuff there too. So as soon as it runs, I'm going to go ahead and turn off folders, additional data loss. We run the worm, things pretty much immediately just die entirely. So now is the time to turn off shared folders. Okay, we're good. So we will see we have some pretty interesting file names here, especially the JPEGs. But then we have stuff like Doom 2, all DivX, Slash, FXP, GTA 3, no CD. It tries to open Internet Explorer. It says setup is detected that you were running a version of Windows Party on hand are attempting to install. So I wasn't aware we needed to install JPEGs. You know, in fact, we just opened that other one just fine. And this also errors out. And I would show you what the bitmaps are overwritten with, but nothing happens when we run it. Internet Explorer in general is just kind of broken. Oh, hey, it opened, but we can see the title at the top, and our cool HTML is gone, but it changes to, aw, that was really sweet. Thank you, Matas. You also can't open Word. Oh no, Word opens. Microsoft Word can't import. Okay, it's broken. We can see it overwrote what was actually here with this preview that Word offers us saying, oh, that was really sweet. Thank you, Mantas. So this adds it to the text documents, Word documents, and HTML files it can find and overwrites it with that. But we can see everything else that was here is pretty much gone. Oh, my old secret message is still here, so that's good. Generally, it only overwrites the first line of the documents that are overwritten. So it's not complete data loss, but still might be somewhat destructive. So on my host, since it dropped a bunch of files to my shared folder, I can actually show you what it overwrote all these bitmaps and JPEG files with, because it dropped all the same files that you see here onto my shared folder. We drag it over. All of these images look exactly like this. Say, I want you plus the heart. And that is it. It overwrites every image it can find on this computer with that. In fact, my computer, when we open up and look at directories, now has this instead of the nice little HTML frame. We can see it dropped all the same stuff here in the root directory. And something goes a little bit wrong here in the Windows directory, because the worst part of this malware is that it overwrites every single executable it can find with itself. So FTP, 64 kilobytes, font view, 64 kilobytes, IP config, 64K, net DDE, 64, telnet, 64 kilobytes. Every single one of these just runs a copy of the worm. And every single icon is also overwritten. So here's winupdate.ico. It's now the broken heart, because this worm just breaks your heart. Sorry, I couldn't resist saying that. So now our computer's been entirely trashed. Nothing open. We can see the preview for the bitmap is now that heart, GIF files, bitmap. It's all preview. It's all broken. It's ruined forever. Your computer's screwed. And we'll go ahead and try to restart. But restarting doesn't even really work, because it just exits back out to the desktop and you can still use your computer just fine. So the only thing you can really do is force restart. And of course, files are corrupted and don't run. So that's about it for your computer. And that is about it for the Mantas Windows Worm. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.
Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at the Kalposa email worm. And we're actually looking at this on a real physical Gateway Pentium 2 machine. Running Windows 98. I can't believe it, it's not a virtual machine, it's insane. But this worm does not play very nicely with Virtual PC 2007, so that's why we're looking at it on here. So a couple things of note. First things first, this is our inf folder, INF. Found in the Windows folder, this contains drivers for a lot of critical things like your mouse, display, and whatever various other drivers that might have been put in here. And also we have a mock-up of a Kazaa shared folder. Remember Kazaa? I put in a file here to show you the types of things that you would usually download from the Kazaa network. It was always an enjoyable experience. You never ever got infected by downloading anything there. And, you know, your MP3s were never actually Bill Clinton talking to you. If you know what I'm talking about, feel free to let me know in the comments. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the worm. So as we can see, the date right now is set to February 2nd, so nothing should happen other than our initial message here, Kalposa by Industry, ANVX Group. Uh-oh, worm. Yeah, you're screwed. But not quite yet. We have to get to the point where you get screwed by this worm. Anyway, when we click OK, it goes away. This is where it would initiate its email routine, but I haven't been able to see the emails that it mails out in any way, so that's excluded. And as we can see here, it drops some files into the shared folder. So if you were on Kazaa, you would now be pushing this worm. We've got the Sims patch.exe, Norton crack.exe, Windows hack.exe, and Unreal Tournament 3 full crack.exe. All totally legitimate, I'm sure. Oh wait, no they're not. Oh, the wonders of Kazaa. Anyway, so we still have our inf folder. We still got our stuff. We'll look at a couple payloads really quick. One happens on April 2nd of any year. We run it, get Kalposa by Industry, then we get another pop-up. Tells us the second release from Industry ... Very ominous. We need to look at what happens on February 16th. We'll go ahead and change it to the 16th here. We'll run the worm one more time. And now it pops up a rather large picture. You can't actually see all of it, and we can't move it to look at it. That's kind of annoying. Let's try changing the resolution really quick. How big can we make this? I don't know what this monitor supports. We'll try this. Hey, there we go. It's really tiny, so we're not going to keep it for long, but you can see the picture here, ANVX by Industry. No, we will not keep this setting, actually, and we will go back to this. Oh, there we go. That resized the picture nicely over everything that I need to see. Thank you so much, worm. I appreciate that. And to close things up, this worm gets quite destructive on the 1st of April. We'll look at our Windows directory really quick. We'll see like some new programs like ActiveX.exe, but then we've also got fuck AVs. Lets you know right how they feel. Mixer.exe, msword.exe. Normally wouldn't find Word in the Windows directory, but it also replaces some critical Windows files like regedit with a copy of the worm. So let's try and run regedit. As we can see, we just get the picture and Calposa by industry, and we don't actually see regedit run anymore, which is kind of bad if you needed to mess around with the registry. Now, April 1st, as I was saying, the worm activates destructively. We'll go ahead and run it. Ping pong, Calposa by industry. And we can right away see files are starting to go missing. It deletes random files out of the Windows directory when it is run on April 1st. We can see quite a few, maybe a couple dozen files missing, maybe 15 to 20 actually. And we can also see, just go to the C drive. We are now missing our autoexecute.bat file. So if you had a bunch of programs that you wanted to run at startup, that file is now gone. And pretty direly here, go to our INF folder. You'll see there is nothing left other than a couple of folders that have nothing in them, which is very bad. And we'll see why in just a bit when we restart, which we will do right now. Go ahead and restart. And when the computer boots back up, it's going to be pretty bad. Okay, we're booted back up, and things are going pretty wrong already, as there's no more mouse cursor. When it deleted all those drivers, we lost the ability to use the mouse, which is pretty annoying. If you can tell by the lowered color, we are also missing some drivers for our display, which is annoying. But luckily, we're still spreading the worm through Kazaa, so hopefully you are a proficient user of your computer with the keyboard alone. But, you know, missing some critical files, missing all your drivers, your computer is pretty much hosed, so you're probably going to have to end up reinstalling Windows.
Hello everyone, in this video I'll be taking another look at the CIH virus and methods that can be used to remove it from an infected computer. If you've followed my channel for any significant amount of time, you've probably seen my CIH video. It's currently the most viewed video on my channel. In this video I demonstrated the destructive capabilities of CIH, following it as it infected my PC and subsequently destroyed the data on the hard drive and the BIOS, rendering the computer unbootable. Some of you thought I got a little too excited during this destruction, however I feel it's one of the best videos I've made to date, and that excitement is justified. There's not much I feel that can be improved upon in the original video. Everything worked on the first try and the computer ended up dead. Considering there was not a second chance to re-record the virus after it worked and overwrote the BIOS, the fact that everything went so smoothly on the first take made the video come together brilliantly. But if your chipset didn't support the exploit CIH used to overwrite the BIOS, or if you had the BIOS Write Protect jumper enabled on your motherboard, your computer would survive April 26th, but your data would be lost as your computer would fail to boot with a missing operating system or similar error. But all is not as it seems, as in actuality CIH overwrites the first megabyte of all hard drives, destroying the partition tables in the file allocation table, but leaves your data very much intact. It's just a matter of accessing it. Before we go about repairing the damage CIH causes on an infected system, I'd like to address one question that comes up every now and then. What happens when you run CIH on a virtual machine? Does the host BIOS get deleted too? The answer is no. When a VM with CIH is trashed, only the hard drive corruption payload is apparent and your main PC's BIOS is safe. Now for the fun stuff. Here we have a PC running Windows 98 SE, a prime target for CIH. This is my old gateway computer with a Pentium 4 processor, so it's not vulnerable to the BIOS deletion payload. As we infect it with CIH, let's take a look at how the virus has the potential to spread very quickly throughout a user's system. Considering we've just unleashed CIH on this computer, let's perform a common task one might expect after running an unknown executable, a virus scan. Seems innocuous enough, however keep in mind that CIH infects exe files as they are accessed, which could be anything from opening a file to simply reading or copying it. Since a virus scan is essentially reading all files on the drive to check them for virus signatures, CIH utilizes this to hit every exe picked up by the virus scanner, leading to a very thoroughly infected system. When we change the date to the 26th and run any program at all, we see the familiar blue screen of death that lets us know our computer is trashed. Our computer can still boot though, but only far enough to tell us that the operating system is missing. Using a Windows boot disk, let's take a look at a tool called FixCIH that does exactly what it says on the tin. When run, FixCIH greets the user with a series of detailed instructions explaining how the tool will attempt to fix their hard drive, or if it will avoid attempting reconstruction due to the way the drive was set up. It's a delicate process, but since this computer was formatted as FAT32, the tool gives us the go-ahead to attempt the repair on the drive. It also notifies us, in bright red letters, that this tool does not remove the virus from the drive. It merely undoes the destruction to allow you to boot into your massively infected system. Once the instructions are read, the scan itself takes about 7 minutes on a 1 GB hard drive. When I originally started work on this video, I had an 80 GB hard drive in the machine, but rather than record a monitor for 10 hours straight, I decided to swap hard drives for the sake of making this video easier to watch for everyone. Once the tool completes its work, it exits to the DOS prompt and tells us to restart the computer. First things first though, changing the date far away from the 26th of April is necessary to avoid immediately nuking the machine again once Windows boots up. FixCIH was a success. The machine boots into Windows. Now to go about removing the infection and restoring this PC to tip-top shape. Symantec released a handy tool called KillCIH, which removes CIH from memory, allowing you to run antivirus software without infecting it, which would render the whole thing an exercise in futility. This tool works from the command line and unloads CIH from memory if it detects it. Following up on KillCIH, I've got a stripped-down version of Norton Antivirus that works from the command line to scan the PC and repair files that are infected with CIH. When the scan is complete, we can see that it fixed almost everything other than 5 files. A follow-up scan allows us to view the files that were not disinfected a bit more easily. One of those is the Windows shell, explorer.exe, so it's a bit important that we take care of that. Of all of these files, I'm not particularly attached to the ClamWin tray icon, so I'll just delete that file to remove the infection. 4 more to go. I've booted into MS-DOS using a Windows 98 boot diskette, and I've also copied clean copies of the 4 programs from an uninfected machine. It's a simple matter of replacing the infected copies with an uninfected one, booting back into Windows, and hoping our virus problem is eliminated. When Norton repaired our infected files, it copied the original infected version to an identically named file but with a .vir extension, just in case something messed up and our repaired file was corrupted. These are easily deleted by searching for all files with a .vir extension and sending them to the recycle bin. One quick scan later, and we can see that our system is clean. Norton found one infected file in the recycle bin, ClamWin's tray icon, and repaired it. And now the system is completely free of CIH. We are free once again to kill our time playing solitaire, rather than kill all of our time and money repairing obnoxious virus infections. Thank you for watching if you made it all the way to the end. I had a lot of fun working on this video, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Take care. Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at the Bulby Windows Trojan. This is a Trojan written in Visual Basic script, so it's a pretty generic script. However, the destruction is pretty thorough, especially for Windows 7 if you have admin privileges, so it's pretty interesting to take a look at. This was written and submitted by Mr. Dinkle, so thank you for sending this one in. If you're interested in submitting your own files for a possible feature in one of these types of videos, please see the links and instructions in the description. Now we're just going to go ahead and run this Trojan. And we get a message box, we slap every day, slap, slap, clap, clap, and a text file on the desktop. It says the same thing. You also see that a folder called Ghost-Root has been created. And the Trojan begins downloading some files. And in just a bit, it should restart Explorer. There we go. And right away, we can see some things have changed. Instead of 5:46 a.m., it is now 5:46 Bulby. So, yeah, an interesting new time scheme. Similarly, all modified dates and pretty much all timekeeping on the system is now measured in Bulby time units. If we go ahead and look at that folder again, we should see more stuff downloaded. There we go. So now we got an important message: your PC is going to become toast. That sounds kind of dire. I'll try to run Internet Explorer, and it's not allowed and deleted. So we'll go ahead and remove that link. I believe, yeah, same thing happens if you try to run the Explorer shell. Go ahead and remove that link too. And let's see. So we have almao.vbs. We can't edit it since it's blocking pretty much all executables from running. We can see that it's changed the Windows directory to be hidden. And we can tell that this rpdbfk.exe file has started to replace stuff in the Windows directory, at least by the icon, we can tell that. And if we look in the System32 folder, pretty much everything in here has been overwritten. Everything it can access, it's overwritten. We can all see they're all 37 kilobyte files. If we look at this, it is 37 kilobytes. So it's pretty much overwriting everything you can find in the System32 directory, which is bad. It's kind of odd. Sometimes when I run this Trojan, we get a desktop full of VBS scripts, kind of reminiscent of Maldol, if you remember that video. And then other times it doesn't work. And then sometimes it blocks access to like accessing the C drive, and then other times it doesn't. So it's kind of hit or miss depending on what kind of things this Trojan is going to do, and I can't really figure out why. Where are my drives?
Okay, very good. Amazing.
All right.
Now, press the Windows key along with the letter R key.
Yeah.
R
Okay.
as in Romeo. Both
Okay.
the keys together, okay?
Okay. All right. I got the little run
Yes.
box.
Yes. In the white rectangular panel, is anything typed on it?
No, ma'am.
Or it is blank?
It's just blank.
Blank, it's empty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, type over there, I as in Indiana.
Yes.
A few moments later.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Now press enter.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Just a second. All right. I'm pressing enter.
Yes.
Okay. It's asking me if I want to
What do
run
you
this
see now?
software.
What comes up in?
It asks if I want to run this software.
What do you see in the screen now?
Do you? Okay. I see the team viewer. I have my ID and my password that I'm ready to tell you. Okay. I have my ID and password.
Yes, okay. This is generated by us.
4. Yes.
That-
And the
okay.
password is
Okay, please
7335.
hold on. I'm connecting you. Wait.
Okay. But you can see my screen, right?
I'm connecting you.
Okay.
Wait, I'm connecting you.
Okay.
Okay, in the meantime, I'm giving you the license ID of your computer. Okay,
Okay.
grab a pen and paper. I'm providing you the license ID of your computer. Okay,
Okay.
4
4.
F as in Foxtrot.
Uh-huh. Yes.
D as in Delta again.
Uh-huh. Okay.
062.
062.
Can you
Okay.
repeat it once? What you have written?
Ma'am, my computer is completely glitching out.
Fix it.
What's happening to my computer?
I'm moving the mouse.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, wait. Now what will I do? I will transfer this call to my senior technician. Okay, who will help you out with
Fix
that?
it.
Okay.
Fix it.
Just fix it. Yeah.
Fix it. Fix it.
Guys, I don't know what to do. She said she transferred to her senior technician. Hello?
Wait, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Wait, 2 minutes.
Okay.
He's coming. Okay, he's
Okay.
coming.
Thank you, ma'am.
Spam
Please
fix
be
it.
on hold.
Okay.
Spam fix it.
Okay. Now you are connected to the rescue panel. You don't need to worry. Okay. You
Okay.
can see I'm moving the cursor.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay. Please be on hold. Okay.
Okay.
For 2 minutes.
Okay.
What do you type or
Oh, yeah, I visit some websites.
did
Yeah,
you-
not
Mm.
yeah, I don't know, ma'am. But
your
can-
computer is infected very badly?
yes, it
what-
is infected. I think it took like some drugs or something
badly
because it's
affected.
like glitching out in different colors.
Hold. Be on hold. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Wouldn't you just love it if a tech support scammer really slipped up and accidentally give you access to his PC? I would root around to see what information he has on me, to see how he makes his calls, and what sort of other files might be lying around. I would have a look at his browsing history to see what he gets up to.
Hi, sir. This is Edward. Edward once again.
Hello there. Hi. Yes, you were ringing a minute ago with something about my computer.
All right. So The reason behind the call today, sir, is to let you know about some error and warning files which are running on your computer without your knowledge. So are you in front of the computer at the moment?
Yes, let me start it up here. 1 second.
The four flag design Windows key with the letter R, both the keys together.
So, number of events, 1,322. And there's like
Oh my goodness.
errors, warnings.
Now, without wasting any more time of yours, sir, I would be simply asking you, like, have you ever seen these problems before? Do you have any basic idea what are they, how they got inside your computer?
No idea. Sorry, no.
I'll tell you, sir. These are the malicious, corrupted error and warning files about which I was trying to explain in the beginning of the call, okay?
Right.
These are very, very because 840959001.
584095581. Did you say?
901.
901. Okay.
And give a
Connect.
click on connect to partner.
Right. Okay, it says
Now
password.
DC is asking for the password.
Yeah.
You type in there on the password Windows, all in the lowercase.
Windows. Okay.
Now once it's done, then give a click on log on. Now do you see at the very top the option says communicate?
Yeah. Okay.
Give a click on communicate.
Yeah.
Now once you give a click on communicate, have you given a click on communicate?
Yeah.
Now just beside communicate, you see the option which says connect.
Which one do I
At the
need to
very top,
communicate?
do you see? In the very top.
Yeah. Do I need to? What do I need to do to? I can't find it there. Oh, hang on. It seems to have crashed. Hi, are you still there?
Hey you motherfucker.
Well, you are. You're the one who's scamming, aren't you?
Hey you
Marachud.
motherfucker.
It was good to capture everything. I run Wireshark, of course, and I had his IP address, and the IP address points to location in Noida. Sorry, I don't know what I'm clicking on at the bottom. Okay. Sorry.
Hey, what are you doing?
Sorry, I don't know what I'm clicking on at the bottom here. I can't see communicate.
Don't try.
Communicate. Which one do I
At the
need to
very top,
communicate?
do you see? In the very top.
Yeah. Do I need to? What do I need to do to? I can't find it there. Oh, hang on. It seems to have crashed.
Who just removed Mario? Who just removed Mario? Hmm. Who just removed Mario? Let's check the Hangouts group. Okay. It's gonna sleep.